So good morning, people. Welcome to Fundy National Park. Look at this, absolutely glorious. Sunrise happened about 10-15 minutes ago, and talk about best laid plans and everything. Well, plan this morning, the original plan was actually to get up today, my day off, go and photograph the wild lupins all around about the Moncton area. Then I got to thinking, I really need to get to Waterside Beach. And when I looked at the forecast, low tide and sunrise were going to coincide. Perfect. Get to Waterside Beach. You know what I'm going to say. Another failed video from Waterside Beach. Pea soup. So 10 minutes along the road, Fundy National Park, sunrise. A lot of the trails and stuff are still closed due to the restrictions, but the park itself is open. Just parked in the parking lot. Fired off a few images of this beautiful scene here. Just a small lake, some trees, and the sun is just catching them. Fucking mosquitoes. Only problem is the mosquitoes are insane. So I fired off a few images there with a 55-200. Zoomed in on the sort of dead pine tree you can see there. And then I did a couple sort of wider shots. Also did some with some of these. So good morning, guys, and welcome to the glorious Fundy National Park. This morning, well, the original plan this morning, excuse the mosquitoes, guys. Sunrise actually happened. Start again. So welcome to the glorious Fundy National Park. The original plan this morning was to actually photograph wildflowers up around the Moncton area. The lupins are in full bloom, and that was the plan. But the day off from work, I thought I'll head to Waterside Beach. Sunrise and low tide were going to coincide, and I thought I could get that long exposure I've been after for a while. It was supposed to be a good forecast, but when I got down to Waterside, it was pea soup fog and mist, and you couldn't see a thing. So Fundy Park, just 10 minutes along the road, came down here, and I've just been playing around here. I had to act quick. I fired off a bunch of images looking across this little pond here. I think I might have done some shots from here before actually, but the light was just glorious. Pure dead brilliant, by the way, pure dead brilliant light. There was some mist that was burning off real fast, so I fired off a bunch of images. Did some shots with a 55-200. First couple of shots were, I'm going to try focus stacking. Irises here in the foreground, the reflection in the middle, and the trees themselves in the background. Also did some just focused in on that dead pine tree there, and then another couple over on this side there. I would have talked you through them, guys, but as you can tell, these bugs are fucking insane. Excuse the language. Oh Jesus, these bugs are terrible. Oh man, loving it. You know, you've heard me say before, it's all about the image, but on reflection, I think with what's going on in the world lately, it's not always about the image, guys. Just look at this. Listen. Birds. Mosquitoes. No, really, I think myself and a lot of people in general, not just photographers, maybe just take this world that we live in a bit too much for granted. If I'd have brought some bug spray with me, this would be absolutely glorious, guys. Like I say, I would have talked you through every image, every aperture, every shutter speed. God, I'm going to look like a fucking pincushion tomorrow. Jesus. The nice mist is burnt off, the light is still really nice. I'm going to try another couple of images and we'll see what we can do. I'm going to try these irises again in the foreground here, but I am going to get eaten alive, but I'm going to give it a try. Irises just catching the light, maybe some reflection. Catch you in a bit, guys. So good morning, welcome to another video, and welcome to the glorious Fundy National Park. I'm just shooting this piece to camera again, just in case the piece, how's this going to make sense? So I headed down to Fundy National Park this morning. It was kind of my second, even third choice location for this morning, but I ended up by the pond there. You'll probably seen a piece to camera there. Didn't work out that great. Oh, fucking bugs are back again. Jesus Christ. Oh. Yeah, yeah, the bugs are playing havoc this morning. I'm going to head on to the beach and see if I can do some filming down there. Jesus. Fuck. I think these little bastards are midges that followed me from Scotland. Fuck. Yeah, they're not mosquitoes. Fucking Canadian midges. I thought you only got them in Scotland. Look like they came from Glencoe. Ah. The glorious Bay of Fundy in Fundy National Park. So guys, I'm going to try and start this video all over again. So the original plan for today was I was going to stay up in the Moncton area photographing some wildflowers. All the lupins are in full bloom. I've done that year after year, although I've never made a video, and I got some good shots. So I had the day off work today, so I thought, well, I'll go to Waterside Beach. You've seen me try and do a couple of videos from there before, unsuccessfully, may I add. So this morning, got up really early, 3:30, left the house. Sunrise and low tide were coinciding with each other. Fantastic. Maybe I could get that long exposure from Waterside Beach. Get to Waterside Beach, pea soup. Pea soup. Freezing cold. Well, not freezing, 10 degrees. It was 20 when I left Moncton. Pea soup, couldn't see a thing, fog, mist, you name it. Jumped back in the car, headed towards Fundy National Park. So I'm getting there, the sun's coming out. So, got to a little pond there, just up at the entrance. You've probably seen a clip. Beautiful morning light across a small pond, some trees and some irises and stuff. So I fired off a bunch of images. We'll just talk you through the exposures step by step, because I'm really trying to up the video game here. But I was getting carried away by, I thought at first they were mosquitoes, but I think those little bastard midges followed me from Scotland. They were bigger than Scottish midges, I think. Anyway, they were biting like hell. They were all over me, so never got the chance to explain the exposures. So jumped in the car again, headed a bit further into the park. Now, to let you understand, I'm in the national park, but most of the trails and stuff are still closed. So I thought I'll drive a bit further down, came down to Herring Cove Beach. Now you have seen a video from here before, and I did get a couple of long exposures from this beach. Not very good, but I did get a couple. So I thought, what the hell, come down, see what I can get here, just see if I can end up with a half decent video to post. Guys, it's absolutely glorious. The sun's already getting warm now. I'm probably getting a little bit burnt actually. The hat's in the car. It's still early. But there's a rock there, a big rock that I use as some foreground interest, shooting towards the town of Alma and Waterside where I've been. There's some low-lying fog and cloud over Alma, and I think that's adding to the long exposure. The sun's really bright, so the exposure was tricky. I did have the 10-stop Zomei on. We'll see what we get. Can actually see just now over there the headland that you've seen me photograph before over Alma is sticking out the top of the cloud, but the sun is right there, and it's going to be a bitch to try and get that exposure correct. I might give it a try. Tide's on its way in, but I'm fairly safe here. It's a nice flat open beach. Tide does tend to come in round about the back there, so I've got to be careful, but I got probably an hour or two anyway before I need to start panicking. You've probably seen me mention it already in the clip, guys, where I said normally I'm always on about it's all about the image. You know what? Maybe I was wrong. Last couple of times I've been out, I think I have a better appreciation for things. I think myself and probably a lot of people actually take this world we live in just way too much for granted. Being out this morning, yeah, it's a pain getting out of bed, but this is glorious. Absolutely glorious. What more could you ask for? And like I say, I think we just I think we tend to take things for granted, and I think this period of uncertainty in the world it's made me realise actually just what we have, and to appreciate it just that little bit more. The Fundy National Park is probably New Brunswick's gem actually, and I'll probably end up putting a bunch of these videos together one time and actually making a video just about Fundy National Park. It's become my go-to place, and I can see why. Sorry if I seem a bit lost, guys. I'm just taking this in. It's absolutely amazing. I'm going to spin the camera around now. It's going to get washed out here. I know it is, but I'm going to spin you around and just see if you can see what I can see. That headland just popping through the cloud there. Hold on. You probably can't see it, guys, because of the sun there, and I'm probably being burnt out right now too. Oh, bugs are back. Right there, just over my shoulder here and above that rock, the low-lying mist and cloud is it's kind of disappearing, and the headland over the bay there is just sticking out the top. It's kind of been coming and going as I've been taking my pictures. I think I need to try and stick the yeah, I'm going to have to try and get another picture, guys. Like I say, it's so bright, the exposure is really tricky. I'd probably be better shooting that way over this small piece of headland and probably getting an image that would be easy to take. God, I'm determined to get a good long exposure somewhere. I'm going to give that a shot. Let me try it with this lens first, 18 to 55 on the Fuji XT30. Absolutely glorious. Pure dead brilliant. Loving the Bay of Fundy. So guys, I think I finally nailed a long exposure. A good one, I mean. It looks really good on the screen. Fingers crossed. The pointy piece of headland there. I was doing some wider shots getting the incoming tide and a little stream leading out. And I suddenly thought, well, I'll zoom in on the little pointy piece of headland there. I did that just with a 18 to 55 kit lens, and I did a 30-second exposure with the Zomei 10 stop, and I think I nailed it. Yes! Looks awesome on the back of the screen. Time will tell. Had to move away from the water's edge there. The tide's coming in really fast. I'm perfectly safe, as you know, like steps are just there anyway. Fuck, this is glorious. Absolutely glorious, guys. I can't. Maybe there is something to getting up for this sunrise thing. Stupid o'clock, 3:30 in the morning, heading out the house. Glorious. I can already feel the sun burning my face. Not sure what time it is now. The sun's up a bit. Yeah. I'm probably gonna say it's about 11 o'clock or something now. This is absolutely glorious. Absolutely glorious. The colours in the trees, I like nice spring, lush green spring colour. Blue sky, water, long exposures. Beautiful, absolutely beautiful. It was certainly worth getting up for. Not so many bugs down here on the beach either. There's a few, but not many. I've got a couple of pictures in the bag, I think. You know, it's not about the image. I got the image, but really, it's about being out here with the bugs. No, it really is. It's just admiring what nature can give you. It doesn't get much better than this, unless you're in Glencoe. Beautiful, absolutely beautiful. Guys, that's the pointy little piece of headland I was talking about. Just there. The 30-second exposure from there, I think, is pure dead brilliant. I'm tempted to try more actually. No, I'm going to move on. I'm going to just walk up the beach here a bit further. Listen guys, just listen. Listen. Guys, just as I was heading away from the water's edge here, I'm going to have to act quick, I think. I discovered this piece of driftwood here lying right on what looks like the high tide mark. Looks like it would make a nice leading line over the little rocks in the sort of pond here, and there's mist still over the headland in the background there. Just over Alma, just beyond Alma. I'm going to see what I can do here, guys. Looks really beautiful in the sunlight, the way the sun's just hitting this log. I'll see if I can get an image. Tide's coming in real fast. So guys, the video's not finished. Just left the beach, and on the way back out of the park, as I was driving coming down the hill there, I noticed these reflections behind me here. So peaceful. This is the pond I was at this morning. Just on the other side I was getting eaten alive. One or two bugs around right now, but not much. They'll probably follow me. A few little aquatic plants popping out of the water. Another few weeks they'll be right up. It's just the slightest of breezes on the water which is distracting the reflections. I took a shot f5.6 on the 18 to 55. Focused on the tree in the distance there. Gonna try a few more though. Yeah, this is just amazing. So peaceful. Absolutely beautiful. There's two dead pines over there. The taller of the two makes a real cool subject. Might try it in a portrait orientation. Isn't nature just amazing? There's also a group of trees over here. They're all dead, but the reflections are pretty cool. If that tiny breeze would just go away, but then the bugs would be back, I guess. I'm going to play around here, a few more exposures, see what I can come up with, guys. So guys, what an eventful morning. Gonna head back home now. Wasn't as late as I thought, but when you saw me taking some pictures of the reflections there at the pond there, after I left Herring Cove Beach, just driving up, and beautiful reflections on the pond, so I fired off a few images there, and then I'm only 100 yards from there right now, and as I came across to get in the car, I could notice the mist just on the headland there, and that little tree on top of the cliff there. I fired off a bunch of images. I thought I would try a time lapse because the mist and the fog was just piling past the headland, and I got lucky. At least I think I did. Just as I started a little bit of time lapse, the fishing fleet from Alma just left port. There must have been 15 fishing boats or so just left, so I'm hoping that they're in the time lapse. sailing through the mist. Really quite spectacular to watch, actually. Never seen that before. The mist is kind of burning off now that the sun's coming up there. I could stand here all day photographing this. It's absolutely spectacular, and every shot is different. But yeah, I think it's time to call it. These bugs are back again. They're biting harder than ever. So we've done a bunch. Sorry the video's been a bit all over the place. You know, we started off at the pond, we ended up at a beach, we come back to the pond, and then now we're overlooking the bay here. And what a way to finish the video. I think I've got some good images, guys. I think this video was really worthwhile. What I didn't do was a lot of b-roll, but who cares, really who cares. It's been about getting out and enjoying the surroundings and appreciating what nature has to offer. It's been a glorious morning here, so I think I'm going to sign off. Just taking this in, it's amazing. And head back to sunny Moncton, where it's going to be 42 degrees. Not looking forward to that. Don't take the heat too well. Anyway guys, this really is the end of the video. Thanks again for watching. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Cheers for now.